Welcome back to Double Fries No Slaw, something a little bit different, something that's hopefully fun for you guys today. Florida State obviously walks off the Florida Gators with Alex Lodis hitting a grand slam for the cycle last night. I have done the work here for you guys, so we'll see if you like it or not. But I grabbed the TV broadcast, which most of you probably have already seen. We'll listen to that quickly, and then we'll listen to the FSU broadcast, and then I've saved the best for last. We'll listen to the Gator broadcast and hear those croc announcers absolutely just wait for it. Just wait for how good the UF broadcast is. The FSU broadcast also really, really good for a different reason, but hopefully you enjoy these. If you want more like this in the future, well, ask for more outstanding plays to finish games, and we'll certainly do it. But hopefully this is something you like. We may pause, we may look at it. Each one's about 3 minutes, so they're not super long. Let me know if you like this in the comments. And without further ado, here's the TV broadcast of the bottom of the ninth inning last night.
3-2. Ball four, it's a leadoff walk, and Jackson West is hyped. A leadoff walk burned Florida State in the top of the ninth inning. Can they use it to return the favor here in the bottom of the ninth? It's Hunter Carnes.
To 30 seconds later do this is hilarious.
Up and in. That got him on the hand. And Florida State is first and second with nobody out. Coming
I
out
don't
right
think it
now
got him on the hand just for what it's worth. But YOLO.
And it is hit by pitch. Ball two. Well, Philpott here in the ninth inning has been the polar opposite of what he was in the eighth when he couldn't be touched. Here in the ninth, he can't throw a strike.
So this crybaby comes out.
And Florida, which took that lead in the top of the ninth inning, it just feels very tenuous right now.
Oh, it was tenuous.
They will talk it over. So Florida State is trying to give them an out with a bunt. And Florida is saying, no, thank you. Here's a couple of balls.
That's hilarious, by the way. Florida State's trying to give them an out. Florida says no thank you.
See how aggressively Florida is charging the corner of the infield. Each pitch. 3-1. Outside ball four. Florida State has loaded the bases without putting the ball in play.
First pitch, Gage.
Towards the whole right side. Carlin's got it. A throw, not in time. West scores the tying run. Florida State ties the game. Lodis is a homer shy of the cycle. A double back in the first inning down the right field line.
Obviously, those are the highlights from earlier, but I just thought it was cool that he literally called out the fact that he was a homer shy of the cycle. Just the complete opposite of an announcer's jinx.
Singled in the third. Here's that double, perfectly placed. He was hyped. Serving up that base hit in the third. And the triple off the wall in right center. Bases loaded, nobody out here. The pitch. High drive into right. Isn't enough. It's back. And it's gone. For the cycle. It's a walk-off grand slam. Florida State wins it. 8-4. A cycle in capital letters. Welcome back to Northeast Florida, Alex Lodis.
So really cool. Lodis hits the homer. There's the TV broadcast. All right, let's listen to the Florida State broadcast. That's Eric Llewellyn for the call. I, again, don't own any of the content here, the video or any of the audio. Obviously, credit here to Seminoles.com and Legends, who produces this. But let's listen to the Lulu call, which is really good.
Philpott starts him off with a fastball out of the zone. A ball and no strikes here to Jackson West. Nobody on, nobody out here. Bottom of 9, Noles trail 4-3. First time in this game Florida State has trailed. Here's the payoff from Philpott. That's outside. Jackson West draws the leadoff walk. There's your potential tying run now as Carnes steps in, and he is your potential winning run.
I didn't have a lot of hope here still, but
Philpott check swing, and it went off Carnes' hand, Travis Carlson says, so Carnes will head to first base. So Carter McCulley steps in. Philpott the pitcher. McCulley squares, pulls the bat back, takes ball 1 up high. Now Kevin O'Sullivan comes out of the dugout and will head out to the mound here and have a word with Luke Philpott. Nobody else in the bullpen throwing, so it's Philpott's game here. Your potential winning run is at first. That's Carnes. West is the tying run, potentially at second. McCulley in a 2-0 count. He showed bunt on each of the first 2 pitches, but has pulled the bat back each time. Kevin O'Sullivan heads back to the Gator dugout, and Carter McCulley back in with a 2-0 count. And I'm sure he'll be showing bunt again.
Lulu's excitement here is great.
In comes the corner infielders for the Gators, and that pitch is up high. 3-0 now to Carter McCulley. And that's out of the zone. Ball 4. McCulley draws the walk. Noles have loaded the bases here in the top of the 9th. Still nobody out. Bottom of the 9th, still nobody out. And Gage Harrelson, the batter. Harrelson, ground ball. That'll score a run. Noles have tied it up, and Harrelson is safe. Harrelson is safe, infield single. The Noles have tied it up at 4. Curlin had to go to his left, had to go down on a knee, popped up, couldn't make the throw in time. Give Harrelson an RBI on the infield single, and the Noles now have the bases loaded, still nobody out. And Alex Lodiz can end this ball game for Florida State. Gators have.
Not to belabor a point, but I think Nevitt talked about this, which if you're not listening to Sunday Golds, you should be. It's literally my favorite podcast, even doing 6 of my own. If he doesn't beat out that infield single, they probably just walk Lodiz. And you still have a great chance to win. You know, bases loaded, 1 out, but what if you roll over on a double play? What if there's a play at the plate? What if you get a strikeout and then a pop-up? Like, who knows? Him legging out that infield single was huge. So here's Lulu calling the winner. You've probably seen this, the Chip Baker video of it. If you haven't, you certainly should go check it out. But obviously, here's Eric calling the winner.
No choice here but to try to cut a run down at the plate. So all your infield's in. If you're Lodiz, all you need to do is get it to the outfield.
He did a little more than that.
Alex Lodiz with a chance to win it. Philpott delivers. Lodiz in the air. Fly ball. Right field. That ball is out of here. A walk-off grand slam. Alex Lodiz has walked this off with a grand slam. He hits for the cycle. Alex Lodiz has ended this ball game. Florida State wins it 7-4. Noles win. Noles win. Florida State's mobbing Alex Lodiz at home plate. Lodiz hits for the cycle to win it for Florida State. Alex Lodiz, the hometown boy from St. Augustine, wins it here in Jacksonville. Florida State wins 8-4, your final score.
So obviously we saved this one for last. I will probably pause this one a little bit more. I don't want to interrupt like what you're getting to watch with this Gator broadcast. Obviously, all credit to Learfield for this audio that you can check out on the Gators website. They were so negative at so many points. In fact, you should really go to the Google Gators radio and listen to the full 9th inning. It's about 10, 9th inning took about 10 minutes. If you've got time, you should go listen to that. And maybe I'll link it in the description. Maybe I'll put it in the comments because they were so negative about so many things. And whether you'll hear some of it talking about our guys weren't any good, or talking about how this is a little league move by, who was it, Carter? There were a lot of different things that they said that I thought were funny. And so we may pause a little bit more and laugh at them, but about 3 more minutes and we'll get you out of here. But here's the Gator radio call.
5 of the last 6 Seminoles have struck out, and Gator pitching tonight has 14 strikeouts. Here's Jackson West.
A lot of confidence there with the here's what we've done tonight, and kind of hyping up their folks with the stats.
Left-handed hitting DH, and the first pitch to him is up high for ball 1. Here's a 2-0 pitch, and that's way inside for ball 3. Uh-oh.
I like how the other guy chimes in and goes, uh-oh.
282 average. And he will take a strike there. Doing the old stupid Little League. Square to bunt. And pull it back. Can't stand that at the college level. That's what you do in a Little Leaguer.
I love that. Just complaining to complain. They're so miserable. 0-6 for the first time since 2001 in SEC play. And just anything you can whine, moan, and complain about as a Gator right now, you certainly are. And so they're mad at him for showing that he was going to bunt and then pulling the bat back. Calling him a little leaguer, and 2 pitches later, this happens.
There's a wind and 3-2 pitch, and it is off the plate. A leadoff walk for West. Well, this guy hasn't been good tonight. Hunter Carnes is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts.
This guy hasn't been good tonight. Right before this, they actually talked about how you would maybe see him, Carnes sacrifice. And they talked about how bad McCulley has been. And, said he'd been awful. I didn't include every bit because that was pretty far back. But talking about how Carnes stinks, McCulley's no good, and their, relief guy here just walking the bases loaded and hit by pitch coming up.
Right-handed hitter. First pitch is going to hit him. And I think probably if he bunts, you might walk the leadoff guy to load the bases for Lodies.
About a minute and a half before the actual home run. But it's funny to me that they somehow put in their minds that getting the bases loaded for Alex Lodies would be a good idea, especially considering what he did on the first pitch of his at-bat. But a little foreshadowing there for you.
And a walk and a hit by pitch is how you start the inning. And now 2 balls by Philpott as he's missed twice. And here comes Kevin O'Sullivan. There's nobody warming up, so this is just to try to get Philpott right here. The 3-1 pitch is not even close. Up and off the plate, and Philpott has just loaded the bases, and Florida State hadn't had to do anything. First pitch is hit out to Curlin at second. He gets to the ground, only play is the first, and he can't make it. He couldn't get up after he fell down, and the Seminoles have tied it, and there's still nobody out here in the ninth.
And their best hitter at the plate.
Lodies is a homer shy of the cycle.
More foreshadowing. I'll just let this run. I think for the rest of the time, there's about a minute left of it. But to hear him call the grand slam, the walk-off, and the loss for his team, and then just hear the dejection in his voice as he, continues to have to be on the radio and talk to his audience, which are mostly Gators fans, to hear the dejection in his voice and just the utter loss. Again, I cut off both Eric's call and the TV call pretty quick. I'll let this one ride for a little bit so you can kind of just hear the pure sadness from these Croc announcers.
Double, single, and triple to go along with a strikeout.
The triple from earlier.
Just about everybody on their feet here in the stadium. And the first pitch is a fly ball out to deep right field. Is this ball going to get out? It is. Lodies is going to hit for the cycle tonight. And it'll be a walk-off grand slam. And another disappointing loss for the Gators. Wow. Well, pretty impressive night by that guy.
No kidding.
And for the second time in the last 3 games, Philpott cannot keep a lead in the 9th. And the Seminoles have evened up this series at 1 apiece. Florida State now 21-3, and the Gators will drop to 18-9 on the season.
All right, so which call was your favorite? Obviously, for several different reasons, I could see why you would want to go with either the FSU call for the excitement or the absolute tears that we'll revel in from the Gator call. I'll tell you, in the top of the 9th, I was certainly pretty frustrated to lead really from the first inning all the way through and then blow it in the 9th. I had all my excuse tweets lined up, ready to go, and how I didn't really care about it or anything else, but don't let me lie to you. I was pretty torn up, and even once we got the hit by pitch on Carnes, I still was like, man, who knows? Maybe we'd tie it up, but certainly didn't expect it to go down the way that it did. I tell you again, Gage getting down the line in first and getting that safe call at first, I think was really the difference. Not that Max couldn't have won it for you, but they certainly would have walked Lodice to try and load the bases and take the bat out of your best player's hands. Just a fun night. Hopefully you liked this. We could certainly do more reactions type stuff like this to press conferences or highlights or whatever you want. Just you got to let me know and we'll try it. But if you hated this, then we won't do it again. If you liked it, then maybe we'll try it again. But maybe you hated me cutting the calls off. Follow me on Twitter at TJ_Pittenger. Maybe I'll post the full Gator call. Maybe not 10 minutes, but I'll post the full Gator call so people can hear it without me blabbering over top of it. But hey, something fun, something different. Always a good night when you beat the Gators. And hopefully in just under 2 weeks, they can go get the series in Gainesville. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to my guy Harlan for helping out with some of the stuff on the back end of this. And thank you to Alex Lodice for being the hero that we needed last night. We'll talk to you guys soon. Go Noles.